This is the part of the course where we talk about everything that can be great about the cloud. We'll certainly talk about some things that can be bad later on, but this is the value proposition. So what do organizations hope to gain by moving to the cloud? And the first one is this barrier to entry. And we can look at that in a couple of different ways. So for example, because it's an on-demand self-service offering, anyone who wants cloud, certainly in that public cloud paradigm, they just go and provision resources. And because True Cloud is also a metered service, they can go and start very low. And all of this, that lead time and the low entry price, means a low barrier to entry. Elasticity is the other thing that organizations hope to get out of the cloud. This is the promise that cloud can actually deliver. I run a number of cloud services myself, and the number of times I use the ability to rapidly scale up. So for example, when traffic goes nuts in some sort of unexpected way, and then when things die off, rapidly contract those services is really, really important. That's something I could never do before with on-premise or traditional style virtual hosting. So the big thing that elasticity gives organizations is the ability to change scale very quickly. Now, as part of elasticity, we also get cost reduction. Because think about how it used to work in the past. You'd have to do your capacity planning on the basis of how much do I think people will need at peak. And then infrastructure would be designed and provisioned in such a way that a lot of it was wasted for a lot of the time. And then you'd have this peak period, and hey, it's great, now we're actually using all of the resources. But the rest of the time we're wasting money. So by having elasticity, we can also drive down cost because we're not paying for things that we don't need. Now all of this gives us a great amount of flexibility. Flexibility to scale when we need. Flexibility to provision services when we need. And flexibility to gain access to all sorts of different platforms and technologies, which would be significantly harder to obtain, if not impossible for many organizations, when you're running on-premise. And finally, one of the promises of the cloud is actually security. There are many ways of using the cloud to significantly improve an organization's security profile. Putting applications and data in the cloud is not about being less secure. In fact, it's very often quite the opposite. But it does lead us to this question, which I get asked so many times. And that's the question I want to go and answer right now. Is the cloud secure?